This is the story of how becoming a mom changes you as a woman.
Oh, miss.
And baby, can't you see?
iPods, clothes, video games. We are all striving to give our kids everything. But what will they actually remember when they're older?
My parents woke me up in the middle of the night to take me to go see Jurassic Park.
My mom bought me a dollhouse for staying quiet for a 7-hour car ride.
Waking up just buried under a mountain of candy, and it was, I don't know, it's the best feeling in the world.
Is it the things that were bought for you or the special moments with your parents? Today we're talking to clinical psychologist Dr. Katrina Wood, director of Wilshire Valley Therapy Centers and mom, as we discuss what will your kids remember from their childhood. We are spending so much time trying to prepare our kids for life and get them ahead, and what are they actually going to remember?
The moments where you sit down with your child and talk with them and say, how was your day? I mean, how many times do you hear a child coming back from school with some artwork and a parent will give a cursory look at it or say some statement like, I knew you could do that? Which is not what a child needs to hear. They need a parent to look at the artwork and say, tell me about this.
Before you throw it away. No,
Oh my God, I'm just doing so much stuff wrong here, I can't even.
No, I'm just teasing her.
But it's the time. Yes. I mean, you're talking about the time and the quality of time. In psychology, it's called mirroring. You're basically holding up a mirror to your child and saying, I see you. And show approval and show praise and show validation so that they don't go into life compensating with, look at what I have. Look at who I am.
Well, when I was growing up, I grew up with a single mom, and we didn't have a lot of money. But everything that my mom did, she made it so special for us. And it was nothing about material objects. And I can remember any time that I fell or I got hurt, whether it was heartbreak or my skinned knee, she was always there. She was always there, you know, talking and saying, hey, you know, you'll be okay, and getting out her, you know, Band-Aid and her Neosporin. So I often struggle as now an adult who does have means. Are kids going to remember that they got an iPod Touch? Are they going to remember that? Or is that not even going to be part of their memory as they get older?
Well, they're going to remember if they didn't get one. But, you know, I think your point's well taken. But I think the relationship piece is what we have to kind of come back to. We have to come back to sort of basics with that.
One of my favorite memories from growing up is not all the things that we had, and we actually had the things. It was moments, those little moments, like when my dad taught me how to ride a bike, and he was running down the side with me and holding, and then he finally let go, and I fell, and I got a little scraped up, and he was right there by my side, and he was there for that moment, and I just remember feeling so connected to him, and that is something that I've taken away from my childhood.
What we talked about is the relational piece, and how are children going to look back and remember how their parents related with them. My husband's a rock and roll drummer, so when it gets crazy, he would just go down to the end of the garden and pull the plug on the power. And it would be like 7 at night.
Husband, pull up the power.
Pull the plug. He'd say, that's enough. So get out the guitars, light some candles, get the drums in here, and we'd sit in the living room, and they'd forget.
Well, that's the great thing about what you're talking about. Your time is free to your children. And it sounds like that's what your kids are going to remember is the free stuff and not all the other stuff that you try to push on them.
Except maybe an iPod.
They do.
Exactly.
There's a trainer station, so hold on a second. I'm so sorry that you got hurt, honey. You know, when I was a kid, this is the way that my mommy took care of me. And you know what? I felt all better. I'm so sorry. I love you, Indy.
I love you too.
Teaching your child to ride a bike, discussing their artwork, lighting candles, and playing music together. There are so many magic moments that happen when we take the time to connect with our kids. So put on your listening ears and get ready to have some fun. Remember, we're all in this together.
We want to know what's going on in your mom life.
So come visit our community at jenandbarb.com. Brought to you by Band-Aid brand and Neosporin, America's #1 first aid brands.
Our theme song, Delight, is performed by Courtyard Hounds.